Hello there, this is Dan Gentry with Third Power Performance again, and I've wanted to relate something that happened at a seminar that I was doing last week to one of my larger clients. And I had just gone through my life balance program, talked all about the different aspects of life balance, the self-mastery, the relationships, the material prosperity, and essentially saying how you need to have a plan to create balance and to have a plan for being balanced. And it's always going to be a work in progress. You're never going to be balanced, you're always balancing. And when I was done, we were having questions and answers afterwards, and one of the participants, I love it, goes, you know what, enough with the rainbows and Skittles. Okay, this all sounds great, but there are days when I have deadlines. There are things that have to get done. Fires come up. I'm working the weekend. How does this help with that? And so I wanted to address the rainbows and Skittles aspect. I loved that phrase, by the way. And the response was simply that when you have a plan, when you've got your life map and your life legacy mapped out, like I talk about in my programs, it's never perfect. And we have to remember that life isn't fair. It's not going to work the way that we want. I've often heard it said that if you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And that has been my experience as well. But what we need to do is have an idea of where we want our life to be going, and what is our destination that we're after, and what are all of the important parts. Because in most of the time in our life, we're just kind of on autopilot. We're going to work, we're spending some time with the family, we're paying our bills, we're doing that, and it's just kind of by rote. It's just autopilot. And when these fires happen, then it kind of throws everything out, and we end up focusing just on that. And my thing was, have a plan for your overall life so that when stuff happens, and it will happen, that okay, I have to work on the weekend and I'm going to be up until late on Saturday night. Well, earlier that day, plan some time for yourself. Or for the next day, make sure that you've got some time planned to essentially make up that time with yourself, with your family, with whatever it is. Don't let it ruin your week, or change your mindset. Is find a way to still have the things that are important to you while dealing with life's ups and downs. I talk about in my programs about how my wife broke her leg, and I went from having the job and the business, and being the cub master, and being all of these different things that I did that took up my time, to now adding on being Mr. Mom, and having to to do the cooking and the cleaning and the chauffeuring and everything else that goes with running a household, as well as being a nurse for my wife, because she couldn't get around by herself and couldn't drive, and I was able to take the things that were important, get those organized, get everything in a nice, pretty picture. Did everything run perfectly smoothly? No. Was the house as clean as my wife kept it? No. But I had a plan. Here's what's important, and do those things. And I also, I looked at ways to help what I call time concentration, is doing multiple things at the same time. So stuff like, I do karate with my kids, so that way I'm getting exercise and I'm getting family time, and it's a mental exercise, for focus. And so I'm hitting my physical vertex, my mental vertex, my spiritual vertex, my family vertex, my friends vertex, all of these things in one activity. So it's time concentration. And the other thing that I was telling this lady that mentioned, the Skittles and Rainbows, is figure out a way to that time concentration thing, but with work. For instance, I do a lot of conference calls. I'm on the phone a lot. And what I'll do is I bought a really nice Bluetooth headset, with a little thing in the front, so it looks, I look like a telephone operator. And when I'm on my conference calls, I will go and walk around the neighborhood, walk around the block. So I'm getting exercise. I'm getting out of the office, getting to see outside, breathe some fresh air. I'm exercising, I'm reducing my stress, and I'm still able to work. I know that not everybody can do that, but there are things that you can do. There's desk yoga, there's all of these different things where we can take and combine different parts of our lives into our work. And that's why I talk about work and life are not separate things. And it's not work-life balance, it's just life balance. And figure out a way to combine it together. And in my programs, I talk a lot about different ideas on how to make it all work together so that you can accelerate your life, accelerate your achievements, and yet still have a life. And that's what's important for me, we need the success. In today's world, you got to make the money. You got to have the material success. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is having life success. So figure out a way to combine it all together. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you the Skittles and Rainbows and my thoughts on that. Have a wonderful day, and remember to always live your life to the third power.